Hey guys, and welcome back to another Broken No Game video. Today's video is dedicated to the Grand Colosseum that's going to be dropping, so let's get right to it. In menu, into the notice, and in the notice you're going to go to Grand Colosseum coming soon. Grand Colosseum coming soon, let's just go right into it. Now the biggest thing that you want to note is Grand Colosseum is a ranked event that pits guilds against guilds. So it's pretty much every single guild in the entire server, regardless of rank, I believe, will be fighting it out against each other. I'm hoping ranks are kind of accounted like for this, because no one wants to fight, no one wants to be like a D rank guild fighting Eden on their first fight. But we'll see how this goes. More details to come in the future, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But anyways, entry period. No one wants to fight Eden. Entry period is August 4th. 11 PST, August 7th, 2200 or 2159 PST. So pretty much that's 959 PST. And then preliminary period, which is where we're actually going to be duking it out and entering the finals. It's going to be August 8th, 2200 PST, which is 10 o'clock PM PST. And then August 14th, 959 PST. And then for the finals, this is a non-negotiable time of essentially 2 p.m. PST on August 16th to 2 p.m. 2 p.m. 20 PST. All right. So as far as this goes, I am not sure what what ranking do you have to be, what's the requirements to enter finals. I'm assuming something along the lines of you've never lost or what have you, but I myself have never participated in a Grand Colo, so I can't really talk about too much on what it takes to be in the finals. All I know is that my guild is recruiting, WU, that's the name of the guild, and I'll leave details in the description, talk about that later. Now, as far as this goes, the regular Colosseum battles will be available for guilds not partaking in the finals, alright? So you can see here on my left, I have a page based off of Grand Colosseum. This is the amino app on SINoALICE. Thanks to Gishin for pretty much publicizing this in pretty much May 23rd, 2018, so this is slightly dated, of course. Now, as far as participation goes, it's all based off the guild leader, so please, as a guild leader, make sure to be available and make sure to actually sign up for the events, because I don't believe submasters can pretty much sign up for the event. Now, you're gonna pretty much be presented with a page similar to this, and there's gonna be the reward section in the middle tab. Now, the thing that I want to notate is this is how the ranks are broken down. There was rewards posted, but I'm not sure if those rewards are accurate, so I won't post them. Just note that you have to be at least within the top 10,000 to top 5,000 to at least get a Half Nightmare class. And you can see here that Half Nightmare Alice is going to be one of the classes that's going to be showcased. So really quick guys, just note that my guild is recruiting. If you're wondering, we do have amazingly strong DPSs. We have 2 people at 120. And a minstrel at 102, clerics at 100. We just need a better backline, pretty much like a bunch of minstrels and sorks. So if you are a minstrel and sork and you want to join us, feel free to come and join us. We need some more minstrels because technically we only have 2, and we need some more sorks because we only have 2. So a sork and minstrel, I'm looking at you. If you are out there, come join us at Woo, and I'm more than happy to have you. Here's a Discord link, and I'll have it in the description as well. So let's get on to Half Nightmare, not that one, Half Nightmare Alice. Now, Half Nightmare Alice, notice that she has polearm 30% up with Alice. And then she has her debuffs, and then, polearm 15% up, polearm 15% up, and then physical defense plus 500, which is fantastic. That's more than, some paid classes. Most paid classes are plus 400 right now. Gacha classes, not paid classes. Now, as far as Half Nightmare Alice goes, just note that in Colo she'll be doing 35% more damage with polearm specifically. In story mode, 35% more damage with polearm specifically. And in areas, which are pretty much Half Nightmare Alice areas, so Half Nightmare Alice event areas, you will deal 65% more damage. So note that this only applies if there is an event that requires you or wants you to use Half Nightmare Alice. This will not apply unless, Alice is essentially a bonus. And I'm assuming it's going to be specifically Half Nightmare Alice or Alice in general. So the biggest thing is that you can use swords if you would like to, but that kind of defeats the purpose of running a Half Nightmare class. And note that it's going to be costing 50 Grand Colo coins essentially to get her. Now, as far as like the boons and banes goes, you know, you can see it right here. Obviously, she looks fantastic in this. Not my favorite, but at the same time, she still looks amazing, right? So let's go back to Amino Apps. And as far as this goes, you know, it shows like a breakdown of rewards in this section. And then it goes into the Grand Colo Metal Shop. Now, if you do click at the bottom of the SINoALICE database, when you're looking at Alice specifically for Grand Colo, there's going to be this. So if you click this, you're going to be presented with this page, and it pretty much shows you all of the things that are going to be available. Not all of these will be available. Just note that this is just an example of me showcasing of what's going to be occurring and how it's going to look like in like the metal exchange shop for Grand Colo. Now, the biggest thing that I wanted to jump into is that, and before we go to the infinity weapons, disadvantages: weapons may be equipped with this class, but however, skills that those weapons will be less effective than normal. Alright, so that's really important. That's very, very important. Now let's talk about the infinity weapons. The infinity weapons are pretty much the biggest thing as to why you probably want Gran Colo from a stats perspective. So if we go into the weapons section, I have this filter based off of INF, which stands for infinity, and then let's go into the weapons that are going to be showcased in this event notice. Notice that it's blade and the staff, so let's talk about the blade and let's talk about the staff. So cost is 22. Cost is essentially how much it costs to place on your grid. SP is based off of this, pretty much like the meter used in Colo or whichever like mode you're in, story, and it shows you, like, for example, you have 200 in story and 400 in Colo, and you use 18 when you cast this. It has decent stats at 1260 physical attack, 1108 magical attack. Notice that it needs this evolution material, specifically the Half Nightmare evolution material, which is only obtainable via the Grand Colo Metal Shop, which costs a grand total of 150. Notice the big differences between like the three different like costs. Half Nightmare weapons or infinity weapons are only 85. The evolution material is godly expensive, and then the Half Nightmare class itself is only 50, right? So notice that the Half Nightmare jobs are going to be very, very available to you, including the Arcana, but the weapons are a lot more highly weighted because this is where pretty much most of like the bread and butter, or the thing that is advertised for Grand Colo, like that is the focal point, is getting better weapons, and specifically the infinity weapons. Just note that the Half Nightmare classes are just going to be like extra, you know, icing on the cake, and they're going to be fantastic trophies, and you know what, I want them, everyone wants them. So I wanted to scroll down and see here, like this is like the legendary version of it. Notice that it says level 1 right here, and notate the skills that are currently available. It goes from Wave of Destruction T4 to Wave of Destruction with increases own physical attack by a small amount. And let's skip all the way down to level 6, and feel free to take a look at this. You know, I'll have the links to the SINoALICE database in the description, and look right here. So it goes from like that tier 4 Wave of Destruction with just like an increased physical attack to increases own physical attack, increases physical defense by a small amount, and increases combo count by +5. Combo count is, I'll go over it in a separate like video, but essentially combo is very important if you want to deal more damage. And notice that it goes from Dauntless Courage 1 earlier to Dauntless Courage 2. Notice that the cost is 22, but the SP is at 13, so the SP is much lower. The stats have significantly boosted. It was at 1200 physical attack, and now it's at 2100 physical attack. So this thing just got huge boons. 1800 magical attack. It is a fantastic weapon now. Like, it has like broken its limits, and notice that it's costed only one like Half Nightmare evolution material or infinity weapon evolution material. One for each upgrade as we are moving forward. Of course, this is very expensive, but the thing is it's pretty like amazing, these weapons of itself. And let's look at the staff really quick. The staff goes from essentially a single target heal, you know, with recovery support 1, to a staff that can heal guaranteed 2 to 3 allies, increasing physical attack and physical defense, and recovery support 2. This thing turns into an absolute beast. just an amazing weapon. Like these infinity weapons are just like amazing. I don't know if we can get level 6 right off the bat. I do know that the levels of the infinity weapons increase over the time period of the game, so I don't think this is going to be available to us, the level 6. Just notate that it does exist, and I believe like the highest we'll be able to go to for now is level 1, and I don't think there's going to be too many people that can, you know, unfortunately get an infinity weapon to like level 1 legendary, right? So as far as this, the rest of this goes, just notate that at least the Blade and Staff are going to be coming, and Half Nightmare Alice is going to be coming. Now it just gives you a list of like what weapons are tied to who, like which characters, just a bunch of spoilery stuff. You know, Book of Masteries will be available. You know, Half Nightmare specific evolution material will be available, but honestly, don't waste your time on any of these, and get Grand Colo specific items such as the Infinity Weapons and the Infinity Weapon evolution materials, and the Half Nightmare jobs and Half Nightmare Arcanas. Those should be the focus, since those are a lot more valuable than any of this. I'm sorry, like as far as like all this goes, like I'll provide the links down below. And I'm super excited for Grand Colo, and of course I have to say, if you're looking for a guild, you know, feel free to join us. Guild is named Wu, W-U, and the guild leader is going to be Bork. That's me. So as far as the rest of it goes, there's actually the pub section, and this is where you're going to be betting with your peers. Like probably everyone's going to bet for Eden. Like no offense to everyone else, but if Eden competes in Grand Colo, they're probably going to win. My money is on Eden, and if there is an upset, that's going to be, you know, I would almost want that. I would almost want an upset just to see if it's even possible, but we'll see. The starred fated dates is pretty much for the finals is going to be at, you know, 1400 to 1420. I don't believe like everyone's going to, like, it's gonna probably, like, we'll see like how it goes. I don't want to speculate what's going to be occurring, but there are going to be like a couple groups participating, and essentially the #1 winner will be picked off of the person who deals the highest life force within that time period, right? Hopefully they do like some sort of live stream for this, or if not, like I believe I will definitely be live streaming this event. If there is going to be like a viewer capability, I'm pretty sure there should be some sort of capability. If not, I'm hoping like one of the people in these guilds can live stream the Grand Colo finals for us. But overall, this is like a fantastic addition to the game. I cannot wait for Grand Colo. Whether win or lose, make sure to participate because you will be getting rewards. You know, everyone gets rewards, and you want to participate so you can at least collect those coins so you can eventually get the Half Nightmare classes. I'm specifically looking at this one because this is probably the one that mostly everyone wants. And just don't ask me if she's available because I really don't know. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video. You know, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Get hyped for Grand Colo. It's coming. It's coming. We have the exact dates and times. And I'll see you in the next one.